We had been fleeing for more than 10 days without rest, crossing mountains, gorges, and deserts of rock and snow that seemed to have no end. I had promised Fena that I would take her back to her territory, no matter the price I had to pay or the dangers we encountered along the way. She trusted me, and I could not fail her. When I managed to get her to safety, I would return for my mother, even if it meant facing the Khan's entire army alone. I had to do it before he discovered the truth, before everything came crashing down. It didn't take long. A guard from the Black Stone Tower noticed the two emissaries were missing. He climbed on foot to the prison. He found the body, the empty cell, the broken chains. He ran down. He took his horse. He galloped to the capital. He informed the Khan. The Khan went mad with rage. He ordered two things. One group would go to my village for my mother. They would use her as bait. Another group, made up of the Empire's best trackers, expert manhunters, would hunt us down. We didn't know it yet, but they were already getting closer. We crossed by the most dangerous paths, those where neither travelers nor beasts dared to tread. They were forgotten routes, desolate, where the wind whistled like an ancient lament. We could not afford to meet anyone. Any glance could betray us. Any voice could condemn us. Fena barely spoke. She only raised her hand and pointed in a single direction, with a determination that allowed no doubt. North, her eyes said, always north. 3 days' journey from the Gorge of 1,000 Winds, she said. A summit, where the air is so thin that men die before reaching the top. Only her people can cross it. We had one more week. We ate what we hunted. We rested only what was necessary. Every night, the same thought. Soon, the Khan will discover everything. The Khan soldiers arrived in my village on the third day. They asked for me. The villagers knew nothing, only that I had accepted a job in the mountains, a well-paid job. They found my mother's house. They went in. She was alone, sick, weak. She offered no resistance. They put her on a cart. They took her to the capital. The Khan saw her. An old, sick woman. Perfect. They chained her in the palace dungeons. They would wait for the right moment to use her. The trackers left the capital immediately, the best in the Empire. They had hunted deserters in deserts, assassins in jungles. No one escaped them. They arrived at Blackstone. They inspected the wrecked camp. They found tracks, 2 sets, one human, another different, larger, with claws instead of toes. They followed the trail, ashes from extinguished fires. Hunting remains, marks on trees. Each sign brought them closer. They did not speak. They did not rest any more than necessary. They were machines, and we were their prey. That night we camped in a cave. I lit a fire. The rain was falling outside. She approached the fire in silence. Her green eyes looked at me. I couldn't wait any longer to ask her. I had to know where she came from, how many inhabitants were in her kingdom. Why did no one know anything about them? My head was going to explode. "Who are you?" I asked. She was silent for a moment, and then she spoke. "My people walked this land long before humans. We were the first. Guardians of the mountains, of the forests. We built cities of living stone. We knew no fear nor greed. But when the humans arrived, everything changed. They multiplied. They feared us. They hunted us. They called us demons. They destroyed our cities. They burned our forests. So we hid. We disappeared. We found a valley among the highest mountains where the mist never lifts and the paths disappear. A place protected by the land itself. There, we built our last refuge, a kingdom that humans will never find." "Why did you leave?" I asked. "One of our elders fell ill. Only one herb could save him." "The moonflower. It grows on the slopes of these mountains. It was my duty. I am a warrior, a protector. I went out to find it." But there was a man, an obsessed English explorer. He spent years reading ancient manuscripts about hidden civilizations. He studied all the legends of races that existed before humans. His research led him to these peaks, and for years he explored in extreme conditions, in the borderline zone that a human can withstand. He detected tracks. He waited. Patiently, he knew that one day, someone from my people would cross that line. I made the mistake. I needed those plants. I crossed the line, and he was waiting. He had read all the ancient texts about us. He knew our weak point, a poison, extracted from a flower that grows in our own territory. He hunted me with a poisoned dart. I fell. He took me before the Khan like a trophy. The Khan was fascinated. He has hundreds of concubines, but he had never seen anyone like me. He chained me in a sumptuous room. He kept me constantly sedated with the explorer's poison. He tried to claim me. Her claws extended barely a millimeter. I rejected him. I scratched him. I left a clearly visible scar on his face. Furious, he sent me to Blackstone, to the cage. They tortured me. They wanted me to tell them how to find the kingdom. I never spoke. "They will follow us," she said. "The Khan does not forgive, and now they know we exist." I looked at her. "As soon as I get you to safety, I will go back for my mother." She nodded. She said nothing more. We talked until dawn. We were delayed. Too long. The light of dawn entered the mouth of the cave. I got up. I went out. The forest was silent. Too silent. Then I saw them. Silhouettes among the trees. They found us. The Khan's trackers. Fena got behind me in a defensive stance. One of them raised something, a wooden tube. He brought it to his lips. I shouted, "Fena, look out!" A flash of movement. Fena was no longer behind me. She was behind one of the trackers. A sound of tearing flesh. The man fell. The other one backed away and raised his hands. He smiled. "Marco," he said. His voice was cold. "We have a message from the Khan. Your mother is in the palace dungeons alive, for now. Hand over the beast or we will hang her in the square, in front of the entire empire. The tracker disappeared among the trees. I have to go, I said. Now, my mother. Fena grabbed my arm. It's suicide. You'll arrive at the palace alone. They'll kill you before you even get through the gates. I don't care. She's my mother. And you will die, and so will she. Her voice was firm. Listen to me. We are hours from my territory. My father is the king. He will help us. I looked at her. Your father? Are you? Princess, yes. There was no pride in her voice, only urgency. My father has warriors. The best they can infiltrate the palace. Rescue your mother. But I need to get home first. We don't have time, I shouted desperately. We will make it in time. I promise you. But you have to trust me. I looked into her eyes. I saw the determination, the certainty. All right, I said, let's go. We ran, north, towards her kingdom. We crossed the gorge of 1,000 winds. The air was so thin, I could barely breathe. Fena carried me on her back. I crossed unconscious. I woke up on the other side. A gorge. Vertical rock walls on both sides. Towers and bridges carved into the living stone. The kingdom, hidden among the mountains. Welcome to my home, Fena said. 2 guards appeared from the mist. Feline humanoids, golden armor, spears, they surrounded us. Queen Fena, they said, kneeling.
My queen.
She gestured to them, pointing at me. But the guards looked at me with distrust. We entered. The city was colossal, carved into the walls of the gorge. Stone towers that grew like trees. Bridges that flowed like roots between both sides. Hundreds of them. Walking, living, a hidden civilization. Fena led me through the market. Food stalls, artisans, children playing, all feline, all humanoid. Why are you still wearing the hood? I asked. She touched the edge of the fabric. I don't want them to kneel. Not here. Not now. I looked at her. The guards called you queen. Weren't you princess? She stopped. She looked at me. My mother died years ago. Now, I am the queen. I stood frozen. Queen? Yes. I said nothing. I couldn't. I was walking next to a queen. She had carried me on her back. I had seen her chained, tortured. And now, she was the queen of all this. A feline warrior stopped. He turned. He looked at me with open hostility. A child, hidden behind his mother's legs, was watching me. Fear and curiosity mixed in his eyes. I felt exposed, vulnerable, an intruder. Fena put a hand on my shoulder. She smiled at me. "Don't worry," she said. "They have never seen a human here. It will take them time." I nodded, but the stairs didn't stop following me. "We must go to the palace," Fena said. "My father is waiting for us, and your mother too." I nodded. We walked faster. We passed a stable, or something similar, because in the center of an arena, there was a mammoth. Several felines were brushing its fur. Their hands were delicate, precise. "They're extinct," I said. Fena smiled. "In this kingdom, anything can happen." We continued quickly towards the palace. We passed through the upper area of a coliseum, or whatever they called it there. Below, feline warriors ran among mammoths, dodging, jumping. I didn't even know what I was seeing. "What is this?" I asked. "They train like this," Fena said without stopping. "They build endurance, strength." She looked down at the arena. "Sometimes one ends up crushed. But you know, we are felines." We kept running. Fena led me to the palace. Her father was in the throne room. He saw us enter. He froze. "Fena!" His voice broke. She ran to him. They embraced. The king was trembling, tears in his green eyes. "I thought you were dead, daughter. All these years." "I was a prisoner, father. This human freed me. He saved my life." The king looked at me. He approached. He placed a hand on my shoulder. "I owe you everything, human. What do you need?" "My mother," I said. "The Khan has her prisoner. If I don't hand over Fena, he will kill her." The king's face hardened. The Khan. That monster had her all this time. "Yes." "Then we will go. We will rescue your mother, and I will make the Khan pay for what he did to my daughter." He turned to his guards. "Summon the best warriors. We leave at dawn." "Father," Fena said, "I have a plan." We were in the dining hall. The table was filled with food I had never seen. Crystal jugs with red and golden liquids, goblets, strange fruits. Fena wore a ceremonial dress, white, golden embroidery, bracelets, and I finally was wearing clean clothes. I felt out of place. "I will turn myself in," Fena said, drinking from a goblet. "A fake surrender, with chains that I can break." The king frowned. "What?" "Marco will take me to the Khan," as if he had captured me. She set down the goblet. "While the Khan is distracted with me, your warriors infiltrate the palace, rescue his mother. When I hear the chaos, I break the chains, we reunite, we escape." "It's risky," said the king while eating. "It's the only way," Fena replied. "The Khan wants me. He won't let them kill the mother until he sees me chained in front of him. That buys us time." The king looked at me. "Do you trust my daughter?" "With my life," I said. The king nodded. He turned to an advisor who was standing by the door. "Prepare the fake chains and bring the antidote." "Antidote?" I asked. "The explorer who captured Fena used a poison," said the king. "If the Khan has it, he could use it again. The antidote will protect her." Fena nodded. "They won't capture me twice." That night, they gave me a room in the palace, carved from the rock, a bed of furs, candles. Fena walked me there. She closed the door behind her. "I can't sleep," I said. "My mother is alone, scared. And I'm here. Fena approached. She placed a hand on my cheek. Her fingers were soft. We looked at each other intently. Her green eyes shone in the candlelight. Everything will be fine, she said. I promise you. We will rescue your mother, but I need you to trust me and to rest. Tomorrow will be a long day. I nodded. Regain your strength, she whispered. I need you strong. She stayed a moment longer, her hand still on my cheek. Then she pulled away. She left the room. I closed my eyes, and for the first time in days, I slept. At dawn, a guard knocked on my door. It is time. I got up, I went out. Fena was waiting for me in the courtyard. She wore traveling clothes, a dark cloak. The fake chains hung from her wrists. They looked real. Ready? I asked. Always, she replied. The king appeared. Warriors with him. The best. Light armor. Silent. Lethal. You will travel fast, said the king. You will reach the Khan's palace in 2 days. My warriors will scale the rear wall. Where it overlooks the ravine, there are drainage tunnels there. They will enter through there. You, Marco, will take Fena through the main gate, as a prisoner. Understood, I said. The king looked at Fena. If anything goes wrong... I know, father, she interrupted. Break everything. The king nodded. He hugged her. Come home. I will, Fena said. We set off. A warrior carried me on his back. If we don't cross at this speed, you will die, he said. That's why no human can reach the kingdom. I nodded. I closed my eyes. The gorge of 1,000 winds. After a 2-day journey on paths only they knew, we arrived. We stopped on a hill. Below, the Khan's capital. The palace rose in the center colossal. Black stone walls, towers, flags waving. Guards everywhere. On the walls, at the gates, in the square, hundreds of them. Too many, I said. That's why we need the plan, Fena replied. The warriors split up. They disappeared among the trees, towards the rear of the palace, where the wall overlooked the ravine. Fena held out her wrists. I closed the fake chains. They looked real, heavy. Ready? I asked. Let's go, she said. We went down the hill, towards the main entrance. The guards saw us. They shouted. More guards arrived. They surrounded us, spears pointing. Bring the beast, I said. I want to see the Khan. A captain approached. He looked at Fena. His eyes widened. It's her, he said. The one who escaped from Black Stone. Yes, I said. And now I'm returning her. The captain nodded. Come with me. The guards parted. They escorted us towards the palace. They took us inside. Hallways, stairs, enormous doors. The throne room. At the far end, the Khan. Larger than I expected, Flena's scars hidden under his helmet and ointments. Beast, he said. Grave voice, full of hatred. I thought I would never see you again. Fena kept her head down. The Khan descended from the throne. He stopped in front of her. Beautiful, he whispered. Even now. Fena looked at him without fear. The Khan turned to me. Tell me, traitor, how did you manage to chain her? She can break you in two without blinking. She trusted me, I said. After the rescue, we traveled together. When I received the tracker's message, I decided to chain her while she slept. The Khan smiled. Smart. You betrayed her trust. He looked at Fena again. Always so predictable. Your compassion is your weakness. Fena did not respond. Where is my mother? I said. The Khan turned to me. Your mother? He smiled. Ah, yes, the old sick woman. She is alive, for now. I want to see her. The Khan looked at Flena's chains, distrust in his eyes. He turned to a guard. Check the chains, make sure they are solid. Then he addressed the rest of the guards. Prepare the darts with the poison, now! At the same time, Flena's father's elite guards were preparing to begin climbing the impossible rock wall. The palace's rear wall rose above the ravine. A vertical wall, hundreds of meters of sheer drop. Only they could achieve such a feat with their feline agility. They looked up, the drain visible in the stone, the entrance to the dungeons. Without a word, they began to climb, claws digging into the rock, fluid movements, silent, like shadows ascending the impossible wall. They reached the opening. The first one entered. Silence. The others followed. Inside, the tunnel was dark, full of rats, damp, smell of mold and stagnant water. They moved forward, crouched, without making a sound. The tunnel opened into a hallway. The dungeons, iron cells, torches, guards patrolling. The feline warriors moved, like the wind. One covered the first guard's mouth, dagger to the throat. He fell without a sound. The second guard turned. Too late. Another warrior took him down. Silence. They moved down the hallway, checking cells. Empty, empty, empty. At the far end, one occupied cell. A woman, thin, dirty, sitting on the floor. Are you Marco's mother? One of the warriors whispered. She raised her head, frightened. Who? We've come to rescue you. Your son is upstairs with our queen. They opened the cell. Lockpick seconds. The door swung open. Can you walk? She tried to stand up. Her legs gave way. No, I can't. The warrior lifted her into his arms. It doesn't matter. We will get you out of here. They ran towards the tunnel. Another warrior took out ropes. They tied the mother to his back. A shout. Above, in the upper hallways. Alarm! Intruders in the dungeons. My lord, the traitor's mother. The Khan spun around. He looked at Fena, then at me. Betrayal, he roared. Fena tensed her arms. The chains creaked. They broke. The darts, yelled the Khan. Khan had me. He raised his sword over me. And before it all ended for me, Fena ran like a lightning bolt, a claw strike. The Khan's eye exploded. Fena grabbed me from the floor. She ran towards the window and jumped. We fell from the tower window onto the wall's walkway, guards on both sides. Stop them! Fena jumped into the void again. We fell among the trees. We disappeared. The Khan roared from the wall. Mobilize the army. I want that beast dead. The palace gates opened. Thousands of soldiers poured out. Infantry, cavalry, archers. The earth trembled. From the storehouses, they brought out the war machines. The Khan mounted his horse. Pursue them! Trackers, find their trail. We are going to find that beast. He turned to his army. If there are more like her, we will destroy their den. We will raise their territory to the foundations. He spurred his horse. We march. The army advanced. Thousands of men, dozens of machines. The earth trembled beneath their weight. The Khan at the front, into the unknown. The warriors appeared from the trees, my mother with them. I ran to her. I hugged her. She was trembling. You're safe now, I said. She looked at Fena, fear in her eyes. It's Fena, I said. She saved me. I'll explain later. Right now, we have to get to the kingdom. My mother nodded. Three days, forced march, without stopping. The Khan's army crossed plains, forests, mountains, exhausted men, beasts at their limit, war machines dragging through the snow. The snowy mountains rose before them, black peaks, clouds, a blizzard. The Khan on his horse. At the front, trackers came running to the Khan. My lord, the tracks lead towards the Gorge of 1,000 Winds. The Khan looked. Is their den there? He said. He turned to his army. Ready the machines. We will turn those mountains to dust until they come out. We crossed the gorge and arrived at the kingdom. The king was waiting for us in the palace. Father, Fena said, we did it. My daughter, the king replied. They embraced with a force that tore a couple of tears of pure emotion from me. The king looked at my mother, pale, weak. Take this woman to the healing rooms. Now. One of the warriors informed the king. The Khan has mobilized his army. Thousands of men. War machines. He is coming this way. He wants to destroy the mountain. The king stood motionless. Silence. Fena and I looked at each other, worried. The Khan raised his sword. Destroy! The Titan catapults fire. Dozens of fireballs. The sky filled with flames. Impacts. One after another. The mountain trembled. The Khan screamed. We will not stop until they come out. Destroy that mountain. The bombardment continued. Fire, stone, explosions. The mountain was burning. The king gathered the shamans. A dark room, candles, incense. They formed a circle. They began to chant, an ancient tongue. In the background, Fena and I watched. They were invoking the spirits of the peaks. The shamans raised their hands. Their eyes glowed. Red. Outside, on the black rock peaks, red veins lit up. Like lightning under the stone, the mountain trembled. The Khan looked up. The red veins, the snow moving. What? A roar, deep, as if the mountain itself were waking up. The Khan screamed, terror in his voice. Retreat! Flee! Now! Too late. The army, thousands of men, war machines, beasts, swallowed, buried.
Creyó que era Dios, pero solo era un
He
ser
thought he was a god, but he was only a human being. The king opened his eyes. The shamans fell to the floor, exhausted. Outside, the kingdom celebrated. Shouts of victory, drums, fire. My mother was completely recovered, new clothes, clean, smiling. She hugged me in her room, beautiful, warm. We will live here, I said. I can't live far from Fena anymore. My mother nodded. How they take care of me here. The well-being I feel. She looked out the window. I couldn't go back to living where we used to live either. So much injustice, so much evil. She squeezed my hand. Fena was on a balcony, looking at the mountains. I approached from behind. She turned. We looked at each other. We embraced. "Do you want?" I began. She cut me off. "Yes, I do." Important. I have an important message for you. First, thank you for getting this far. And now, let's clarify something for those who say this is a movie made by AI. The story is born from a human mind. AI is just a tool, just like a camera, a paintbrush, or a computer. But this isn't just about ideas. You have to create the images, animate them, edit them, give them rhythm, life, emotion, music, composition, intention. None of that is done at the push of a button. That is done by a person who feels, who imagines, and who works for hours so that you can enjoy it. In total, more than 300 hours of continuous work, plus a huge investment in the best tools so that every scene has soul, strength, and beauty, passion, soul, and vision. No machine can invent those. So if you truly want this type of content to continue existing, actively support it. Because if you don't, a day will come when you will only find content that is soulless, empty, and automated.